Stock news flow has not been as heavy as it usually is on the weekend, but I have a few that I'll highlight, and then of course Neeraj can add his list of counters that we are tracking. Afcons Infra becomes an important one. It's a very large order that they've managed to bag. In fact, they've signed an LOA for a project worth 1,000 crore rupees, and this comes in from Madhya Pradesh Metro Rail Co. The project will involve the design, construction 13 elevated metro stations, which will connect some important railway stations in MP. So watch out for Afcons. The stock went home flat on Friday when the broader markets were doing well and the Nifty itself had ranged in trade. Afcons could see a pretty healthy gap up in today's day of trade. Small but always a mover is RITES. They've again announced and they've announced an order win pretty much every single week in the last 6 to 7 weeks. This week again, this Monday, they've got an order worth 298 crores coming in from the External Affairs Ministry for construction of integrated checkposts. I'll talk about Aurobindo Pharma in a bit, but just before that, worth mentioning is Zinka Logistics. Remember, this is a new listing. It's coming in with its earnings much after most of the sector or the industry is done with, but worth mentioning that the numbers may be viewed as a disappointment. Losses widened to 308 crores versus a loss of 39 crores in the same quarter last year. Revenues have done well, 56% higher for the quarter, but they have posted an exceptional loss of 320 crores versus no loss. Now, this could either be a function of an exceptional item, which is what I think it would be, because revenues have actually gone up for the company. But I'm guessing on the face of it, the markets may react negatively to this count, especially because valuations were anyway stretched when it hit the markets when it opened for IPO.
Yeah, so interesting. By the way, so Sabina, Zinka is one. You're going to talk about Oro later.
You can talk about Oro because we also have Puneet will talk about it a little bit more. But you've got Afcon, I've got Afcons and RITES, which both are positive on order wins. So
many order wins per se this week, right? Since you spoke about Afcons.
I mean, RITES has been doing an order win, Neeraj, every single week for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, small order wins, but coming in.
300 crores is not bad, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I thought the previous ones, I mean, sometimes 74 crores as well. But the one large order win, Samina, that I thought stood out for me was HBL Power.
I just saw that, yes.
Yeah, very large order win. So companies received the Kavach order for 2,200 locomotives worth 1,552 crores. The order is to be completed in 12 months, and therefore, if you have to do it in 2025, which means the better part of FY26 will have some portion of this 1,500 crore order, it could be a big leg up for HBL. Remember, the stock has run up in the last few days, but could be an interesting one to watch out for. The HG Infra is the other one. That's ARM received an LOA from NHAI for orders worth 862 crores, and at a point of time when order wins are drying up, for HG Infra to receive this is very interesting. So maybe it's a stock that could react. And I wonder if Dixon can react any more, Samina.
It did at a 52-week high on Friday.
Yeah, and company and Vivo India entered into this binding term sheet for a JV for OEM business of electronic devices, including smartphones. It's making its presence felt across smartphone brands. And let's see if this very expensive stock can become even more expensive on the back of this. So those are my top three.
I'm going to add one more to your order wins. Happy Forgings, worth a mention, only because I'm guessing, like every other day that we've seen this week, it's been a bottom-up approach, right? So Happy Forgings may react. They've got a 140 crore order, which is coming from supply crankshafts for passenger vehicle segment. But you want to talk about Aurobindo Pharma, because I think you have access to the GS note as well.
Yeah, I mean, so it is interesting, Samina, that what Aurobindo Pharma has done. So CHMP, which is the Committee for Medical Products for Human Use, has recommended marketing authorization for Zefil-T. Now, Zefil-T is a biosimilar drug used to treat neutropenia. Now, the reason why this is important is twofold. One, Aurobindo has made a lot of investments in biosimilars since 2017. Now they are seeing fruition of that. And plus, I think the Goldman Sachs note says that the fact that they've gotten this approval means that it's a proof of the capability of Aurobindo to market biosimilars in the developed markets. There are 2 more biosimilar drugs coming out, and all of these together could be a big win for Aurobindo.
Do you know the size of the market for this, Neeraj?
Yeah, I think the GS note has it, Samina, but per se, it seems to be the first step in the right direction for for Aurobindo Pharma. Like I said, they've actually not spoken as much about the market size for this one, but the fact that significant investments aimed at new lever for growth, which is biosimilars, which is a big deal for Auro.
Yeah, I'm going to add one more in the pharma pack, and it's Biocon. They've also had an approval that's come in for their arm, which is Biocon Biologics, called Yes in Tech. While it sounds very complicated, we'll try and simplify this so that I can understand this too. Yes in Tech is a drug or a generic which is used to treat arthritis. In this case, we don't have details of which market this is going to be focused on, what stage of reaching the market this is in, whether it's in a partnership, whether it's independent, but at least in terms of news flow, this becomes one positive. You know, Neeraj and me discussed order wins. There's one that I want to quickly mention is Seagull India. They had an order win which they reported to the exchanges, and of course the stock has reacted well to that too. But what they've said is, and this is a notification that's come to the exchanges, that the Jharkhand Highways Authority that had given them this order of 207 crores has actually cancelled it due to admin reasons. The stock may see a negative reaction because a lot of that could be in the price after they announced the order last week.
Yeah, so a clutch of things to watch out for. The MK note on Kalpataru Power also very interesting, but we'll talk about all of those. First, it's